Have you ever noticed this? Anything that's not up to your expectations can drain your time, or worse, your energy. I'm talking about moments at work, with friends, or even with family. Most of us try our best to maintain harmony with one another. At least that's how we were taught growing up. But have you ever wondered why sometimes human interactions drain you faster than your work? If you're new here, hi, I'm Tiffany. I'm a school teacher and a former business manager. This is a part of our leadership series. I'm building a framework to help us make clear decisions at work and in relationships without overreacting, disappearing, or quietly losing influence. I'm here to share what I've learned so you won't have to waste time or effort making the same mistakes that cost you more than they should. In the last few episodes, we talked about the first signals, the subtle pauses in your body. We talked about early responses creating direction. We talked about invisible rules, how repeated behaviors become expectations. Today, we're going to talk about one of the crucial parts of self-leadership, niceness. On the surface, being nice and likable seems like leadership. You don't escalate or create drama. I'm not saying that you're supposed to create drama, but point is because you don't say anything. But here's the pattern I've seen again and again, both when I was managing the gym or now in school. We often use niceness to avoid friction, like when someone misses a deadline, we smooth it over. When someone assumes we'll handle something, we take up the task without any questions asked. And the one that I think is the most common one, when somebody makes a disrespectful comment, we laugh along and keep things light. Our point in training self-leadership skills isn't to cause a scene, like I mentioned earlier, but to have the ability to show up in rooms the way we want, which should ultimately lead to better decisions and energy distribution. Remember what we said in episode 6? Signal, response, pattern, expectation, identity. If early responses create direction, then chronic niceness creates pattern. And that pattern, sooner or later, teaches people what are you willing to tolerate. If you're not sure what I'm talking about so far, you can go watch the previous episode in the series to get a clear idea of the cycle. I'll link it down below. Anyway, when friction shows up and we remove it immediately, usually with niceness, we don't eliminate tension, we absorb it. The invisible rules others will apply to you becomes, this is okay, this is fine. When I was managing the gym, I was weirdly on a mission to become the most considerate manager they've ever worked with. If someone forgot a task, I would just fix it. If a coach was late, I would remind them nicely with no questions asked. For some weird reason, I believed I had no right to ask because it was a part of their privacy. Individually, each incident felt small, nothing major. But when I realized that I had adjusted too much of my flexibility, it was too late. Besides putting the company's reputation and systems at risk, I became less respected, and my words carried less weight down this road of being too nice. Whenever I tried to enforce the goals and values, the staff somehow always expected that there would be some wiggle room. And the worst part? I was the one feeling drained because I was compromising and blurring the line. I was managing friction internally instead of structurally, simply because I was trying to be nice. The story you're hearing right now, it took me quite some time to learn that painful lesson. Up to this day, I still wish that there had been a mentor or someone more experienced to help me cut down the cost of my time and energy at that time. If you have no idea where you're making repeated mistakes in your day-to-day life, I've linked a free worksheet for the series down below. Grab it if you need it. If you've been noticing these patterns in your own life, then you'd know that every time we absorb friction, instead of managing it, we're paying a cost. It's not just the extra effort at the moment, it's cumulative. Each small adjustment, each time we smooth over tension with niceness adds up. Eventually, it shows up as exhaustion, frustration, or even resentment. Sometimes towards others, sometimes towards ourselves. So that's what we'll explore in the next episode. How ignored tension leaks into burnout over time. And more importantly, why becoming aware early, noticing the signals before they escalate, is far more affordable than repairing relationships, reputation, or our own energy afterwards. If you've been using the worksheet, this is a perfect time for you to track where niceness might be masking friction. Compare one worksheet to another. Notice the moments you compromise too easily. See how patterns form. The more you catch them early, the more influence, time, and energy you preserve. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!